Now to the FIFA World Cup in Houston. And the heat, a major factor to the story tonight.
At least 22 people were treated for heat-related illness at the Houston Fan Festival. 4 of them were taken to a hospital.
Let's take a live look at Houston Stadium, where 7 matches will be played over the course of this tournament. Also, a FIFA Fan Festival in Edo, which saw a capacity crowd on the very first day. And inside Pitch 25, where folks are cheering on their squads tonight.
We have team coverage for you, and leading us off is Chief Meteorologist David Paul.
David, not just the heat we have to deal with, you're tracking storms for the weekend.
And rain. And today, heat index is topped out at 104. I think we're going to do that again tomorrow. And I think as high as 105 on Saturday before that rain comes in. And we expect it to be heavy. And that's why we have the weather impact alert issued starting Sunday afternoon, Monday, and Tuesday. In the Gulf, still just a 10% chance that this area is able to develop. So it looks unlikely that it will be our first named system. But this is the culprit, which will eventually send all that moisture our way and bring us the heavy rain threat end of the weekend and early next week. Overnight tonight, we stay in the 80s, very humid, very warm summer night in Houston, and then we'll quickly be off to the races, and temps will make the 90s tomorrow. I think we hit 93 tomorrow with a feels like temperature as high as 104. There may be an isolated shower tomorrow, but really it's all about the heat. Pre-hydrating really helps. Take breaks as often as possible. And this, out in the Pacific, this area of unusually warm water here, you're looking at sea surface temperature anomaly. Well, now it's finally gotten warm enough so that NOAA has officially declared that an El Nino is now in effect. So El Nino advisory is up, and the outlook is for El Nino conditions to grow and be with us through the winter of 2027. So this has ramifications not only for the upcoming winter season with more snow for the Rockies, but also El Nino tends to lower the storm count sometimes in the Atlantic. So coming up, we're going to take a closer look at how that impacts the hurricane season over here on the Atlantic side, even though El Nino is over here in the Pacific. When I see you guys again in a few minutes.
Certainly a lot happening. Thanks, David. We continue our team coverage with Anieli Ruiz at Fan Festival.
Anieli, we've learned several people have already been treated due to the intense heat.
Well, that's right. 22 fans had to be treated here on scene, and 4 others were transported to hospitals for heat stroke. That's why experts are recommending people drink plenty of water. Day 1 of the World Cup, the excitement could be felt here at the FIFA Fan Festival in East Downtown. Thousands of fans came to enjoy the first match, Mexico versus South Africa. But with kickoff happening in the middle of the afternoon, the Texas heat was brutal.
It was really hot for sure, but they definitely had their little cool down spots that helped out, a lot of their refillable water spots. It was really, really helpful.
And the heat took a toll on some fans. We saw several people being treated for heat-related illness. One woman was on the ground. A second woman was taken away in a wheelchair. Did you guys see anybody pass out or anything like that?
No, not around us. Fortunately, we were around a good crowd, not too crowded.
Doctors tell us anyone spending hours outdoors should pay attention to the signs. These symptoms can develop quickly.
As the body temperature rises, we start to see patients get confused. Sometimes they pass out, sometimes they have a seizure, and sometimes they go into a coma-like state.
That is why doctors recommend hydrating before arriving and taking action at the first sign.
When you first start feeling symptoms of heat-related illness, maybe thirsty or sweaty, or start to feel tired and worn out, the best thing to do is to start drinking some water. And you can also put a cool towel, wet towel on the back of the neck.
Doctors also say anyone drinking alcohol should especially be careful.
Once at FanFest, especially if drinking alcohol, you need to drink just as much water as alcohol.
As for fans we spoke with, they were prepared.
Like a good 13 or 14 bottles of water, yeah.
Many are already planning to return for more World Cup action.
Sure, it was worth it. After it died down, it was a lot more enjoyable. And the wind, there was a lot of wind.
Now you come back tomorrow to catch the Canada versus Bosnia game. That starts at 2 p.m. And again, it will be very hot. So come prepared and drink plenty of water. But if you're planning to catch the USA versus Paraguay match, that should be a little cooler, just like it is right now. So very nice for people to come out here and enjoy. Guys, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
A lot of matches ahead, Aniele. Thank you. Here's a look at all the matches that will be played in Houston. There is the calendar during the World Cup. The action in Houston starts Sunday. Germany taking on Curacao.
There is plenty of tradition surrounding the World Cup. Dutch fans bringing one of theirs to Galveston Island. This big orange bus has been part of the Dutch football tradition for more than 20 years and has been at every Dutch national team match, no matter how far away it is. It's now in Dallas ahead of the team's first match there before returning to Houston for the match against Sweden. And be sure to stay with KHU 11 News for everything World Cup. Just scan the QR code right there on your screen to get started streaming on your phone or TV for free. We'll be bringing you live team coverage from the games to FanFest and a whole lot more.